work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Work. There you go. Hard work. Work. Everybody doing it right.
What's going on, people? I'm sure y'all already know me. It's your boy Smooth Styles sitting here with the animal, John, who refuses to take the helmet off. Think he likes it too much. Oh man, that helmet.
Best helmet ever. Titanfall 2 helmet, right?
Mm-hmm. Titanfall 2 Collector's Edition helmet. I know I've talked about God of War. I know I've talked about Call of Duty. We've talked about Battlefield before. But Titanfall 2 is by far my favorite game. Titanfall 1 was good, in my opinion.
I didn't like the campaign.
They didn't really have a campaign. But, again, if you pay attention to the game and not just what they're trying to do as far in terms of just running and gunning, there's a story in every loading screen. So you get to learn about the game, about the Titans, and about what's going on. Titanfall 2 gave you the full story and made you feel something more about the character. As you can see from right behind us, those are all mine, by the way. I have 2 copies of Titanfall 2, one for the PlayStation, one for the Xbox. The Deluxe Edition came with this nice big-ass helmet we got. It's got its own stand and a whole 9 yards. It was just that good of a game, in my opinion. I don't give much kudos to first-person shooters, but Titanfall 2 was really, really a solid story. You cared about the character. I played the multiplayer on Xbox. I played the campaign on PlayStation.
I played the multiplayer on PlayStation and the campaign on PlayStation. And Xbox, yeah. I did it with you. We did both.
So it really wasn't bad, in my opinion. It could have been better.
You could have gave more of a story.
Well, I think
you gave a great start for Titanfall 2, but I feel like you could have did more. I still don't know who that
I think they gave a good story. My whole thing is they could have used things more. Like the time travel thing, you could have kept that in the game, and you didn't. Some of the missions were a little bit harder than what was necessary because you had a Titan that was just one way, and you went up against every other Titan known to man out there. And that was just a little bit out of your league sometimes, and it was a little bit harder than what the game needed to be.
I feel like the multiplayer when you play it, it's like, of course, you like Titanfall 2 already. You can tell you need a team for Titanfall 2. If you run it with randoms, if you see our clips, we have to rely on ourselves or each other to get the job done because literally Titanfall 2 you need a team to get the stuff done. I don't get it. You just do.
Well, because it's a team-based shooter. This is a game by Respawn. This is a game with they tried to mimic what you needed to do from the Halo series and other things like that, which are successful. Halo, Gears of War, team-based shooting. You're not supposed to be able to run and gun solo it by yourself, lone wolf it as you will. That's why the Titans interact so well together. You have the ones with the shields. You have the Scorch that holds things down.
Ion.
You have the Ion who is just that long range blast.
You have Legion, you have Ronin, and now you have the new one that they just brought in with the Frontier Defense, which is the Monarch. I think you played with Monarch.
I tried once with Monarch. And like everybody says, like, oh, you have some OP Titans. Not true.
You have tanks. You have the Tank Titans, which is the Scorch and the Legion. You have the long range Titans, who I think is the Ion and the Ronin? The one who's
Tone.
The Tone, okay.
Ronin is that sneaky one with the
stealth.
sword.
That's what I think he used that once, because you actually got some sick stuff with that.
Yeah, but I normally like to main the Scorch just because I like area denial, and if you use it right, which you saw in one of the clips that I have on my Instagram, you can really tear some shit up. It is actually not a bad Titan to use. I like to think of it, it's like Transformers on steroids. You're sitting there running around, running and gunning, then you finally get your Titanfall, you finally get your Titan to come in, you can drop it on people, you can drop it on other Titans.
We've done both.
You can have it just warp so that way you don't see it fall. you can warp into it, or you can have it go and defend and do whatever you want to do. It defends you while you run and snatching batteries out of other damn Titans. So there's a lot of aspects to the game that no other game decided to
copy.
Yeah, not even copy, use or utilize. That's the word I would go for, utilize. Because if you look at Gears of War, for example, 4-man team, that seems to be the key. Is 4, but Titanfall gives you 6, which is just a little bit better. It doesn't make the game any worse.
Even though in Frontier Defense you do have 4, usually you have that person who goes like, I call the person who attacks the most, I call him a Slayer. He's a stealth. He always like sneaks up behind the targets. I'm usually a tank, so I'm using the back, either in defense or I'm a slay, and I'm gonna go all the way to the front and probably get myself killed. And then you just have that all around. He does everything, jumps around, shoots everyone, drops his tank just in case. Dang, drops his tight. Josh is tight to stop everything else.
Excuse him, he's slow.
Not slow, don't say that.
It's been early. He doesn't have his coffee like somebody else
Oh
does.
my god. But all around, multiplayer is great, but the campaign, you grow it after a while. Once like the 4th mission, or in general, you start growing to test your Titan, because even though he repeats the protocols to you, it seems like the Titan and the pilot, like live like a family. I say brothers, they're like brothers to each other. Like you see the ending, it's like
they're kind of like brothers. You grow attached to BT, and that's one of the things that I liked about this helmet is you can hear BT talking in your ear if you push the button on the side. It's actually really, really cool. It's actually not bad at all. Not even sure if y'all heard that, but he has all sorts of phrases that he says from the game. And I mean, overall, it's a game that I like. It's a game that I can pick up and go run and play. It's not as hard as like an Overwatch, where you have to try to figure out a character. You can take one Titan and unlock everything for it. There's no the microtransactions are to skins only, so there's no buying the best guns or whatever, as far as I know.
You can buy at most everything is skins, or
yeah, you get different camouflages for your gun, for the Titan itself, and for the Titan's camouflage on the armor. You don't really get guns for yourself, or you don't unlock anything faster than what's necessary. So you have a chance to get to really feel the game as you're playing it and progressing through it. Unlike the first one where everybody was thrown in, which, don't get me wrong, the first one without a story was still good. It was better than Destiny without a story. It's just that you have to focus and read. And heaven forbid somebody fucking reads something. Excuse my mouth, I'm trying not to curse that much so that way this one can stay up and not get pulled down.
We got age restricted for too much cursing. This is why.
But it could have been better. The things that they did good, like the smart pistol, was way
sick.
Too fucking OP.
It's still OP.
And
the
Titanfall 2 is not as OP as in Titanfall 1. You lock on to like 6 dudes, let go of the trigger, and they're all dead.
Oh yeah, true.
Because in Titanfall 2,
like
it would take 2 hits. But it would take 2 hits. You had to lock on and hit them, and then lock on and do it again. You couldn't just one shot kill 6 people while you're standing there, looking like you goddamn John Rambo or Billy the Kid.
Wasn't the first Titanfall there was unlimited ammo for the smart pistol? But
Yeah.
for Titanfall 2, it's like you have 2 clips and then you're
But
done.
Titanfall 2 is also, it's a card now.
Yeah,
it's not an actual gun that you're running around carrying the whole game like it was in Titanfall 1.
Like everything is urn based. Like all the best weapons you guys love of Titanfall 1 is now urn based in Titanfall 2 because you gotta get the card for it. Like I think we both used a random card just to get random perks.
But the minute they give you that one, because it lets you test everything, and some things, of course, I'm not good with because like he said, I'm more tactical. I like to stay back and hit them from the sides, and then get around and back, and then do what needs to be done from the back end. That sounds a little nasty. We're talking about video game. Get your mind out the fucking gutter. But you can do more. You're more flexible. Like, I like to use the grappling hook or really the sprint,
Mm-hmm.
the stim. I don't like to use anything else. There are people that like to use a little warp ability. There are people that like to use.
I use the sonar. It's like this little dagger where you throw it. It pretty much shows everybody who's around the area to where like it's pretty much to help teammates. So like if I'm down, but I threw the sonar in time, he can see people attacking. My teammates can see something attacking. The Titans, if they're on, you said defense mode, can see if something's getting close to them. But all around, yeah, there's that, and you have the grappling hook, which helps you launch into the air higher or grab somebody who's coming towards you. Like if they're running past you, you can grapple hook them, they bring you towards you, and you can melee punch them or shoot them.
Overall, I know y'all were expecting a lot more cursing. I know y'all were expecting somebody to tear into Titanfall, but as much as I was playing around, I actually like Titanfall a lot. It's favorite shooter for 2017. I want to say I liked it from 2016 because that's when I went and got the helmet and the whole deluxe edition. I don't play it as much now, only because where my gaming setup is at, it's a little bit not a good signal all the time. So once I move the router, I'll be able to start gaming a little bit harder.
The servers aren't dedicated as much. It seems like even when we had a good signal, the servers were not dedicated. Like how they keep.
Well, every game says they have dedicated servers. No game actually has dedicated servers, unless you're playing on a PC. Mm-hmm. That's totally fucking different.
Like you, at most, we each got one match, and when we got to the second match, either the person hosting it or just in general, we started lagging all over the place. We got killed.
All you really have to do is just pay attention to what you're doing in the game. Keep moving. It's not a game where you can camp. I somehow do camp, but it's not a game where you can really camp and succeed for but so long. I'll get about 3-4 kills and then I gotta move where they're coming at me, because it's
the kill cam will find you.
It's a multi-level type feel to the map where you can jump up and down, you can parkour and wall climb, or like I like to use a grappling hook, my Spooderman class, and swing around all over the place. But you can do so much and get to so many different places. There's really not a restricted area. If you see it, you can more than likely figure out a way to get to it.
That's okay. There is a part your map will show it. You may think it's a sniper spot, but there's literally, it's like all games. There's like a potential wall which will stop you from grapple hooking or trying to get up there. Because me and him have tried to get on ledges that we thought were sniper spots, but it's like the wall pretty much stops you right there. But at most, he usually stealth. I usually just jump off walls and just ping somebody down. He says sometimes he doesn't get high, get the kill, because most of my kills are lucky. Because my timing is always off, unless I'm using an auto rifle. My timing is always off. I either throw a grenade, the sonar, or I'm using the auto rifle. At most.
One way or the other, I'm going to leave out with this final thought, and I'm going to let him have his final thought. Don't knock it till you try it. It looks fast-paced. It looks hard to get a hold of, but talking to somebody who plays a lot of fucking games, and as you've seen from my collections, and as you will see from my collections, it's a very solid game to play, game to try. It's not too hard. It's definitely not too easy. The campaign is fun. Replayability is high. So, I mean, rip, defend, do what you want to do. Give it a try, though. Trust me. What you got?
It was a great campaign that I played. Multiplayer, like you said, we've done a lot for both the Titanfall games, Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2, right there. The only reason people underrate it is the time they released these Titanfall games. They put it so close to Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Right in between them.
If they had not put it between them, if they put it later after Call of Duty, I feel like you guys would enjoy it more. You have to try it. Trust me, I pretty much played Call of Duty. I played Battlefield. I like Titanfall better because I can just keep running, keep moving, and I don't have to be a sniper in that. If I can surprise you from behind, I will surprise you. But overall, Titanfall 2's multiplayer. If you guys like multiplayer games, you will enjoy it, especially if you're fast paced and don't stop moving. That's a good game.
That's all you got.
I'm good. The game's good.
All right. Appreciate y'all showing up. Again, I didn't do things like I didn't bring my notebook because I love this game too much for it to be in the notebook. If I have more collector type stuff for the next game we're going to talk about, I'll make sure I pull that out for y'all to see. Other than that, we're going to see you when we see y'all. Peace. You ain't got to like it.